That's good.
That was like the old Trent.
That was the old Trent. We're back.
Yeah, I was watching fucking Penguin last night. Oz Cobb.
Yeah.
One of Batman's most villainous foes.
Yeah, he is. No mention of Batman.
Well, they mentioned him in the beginning, the very beginning.
Yeah.
Oz Cobb didn't mention him, but
No.
the show mentioned him. Mm-hmm. And they mentioned the Riddler as portrayed by Paul Dano, not to be confused with Jim Carrey's portrayal of the Riddler in
Right.
1995's Batman Forever.
Yeah. Edward Enigma.
Edward Enigma. Now they'll probably shorten his fucking name to to Ed Nig. They shortened Oswald Cobblepot to Oz Cobb. Oz Cobb. Ed Nig. Brew-way.
Mr. Frey.
Ed Nig would be so funny.
Well, yeah, that's what they pitched to HBO Max. They go, Oz Cobb, it works so
We're
well.
to shorten everybody's...
We just need to make everything more grounded.
Edward Nigma's too long.
So Ed Nick. It's just more grounded.
It's just more grounded, and people will take him more seriously.
Yeah, people take it more seriously.
Yeah, Penguin, pretty good.
Riddler. Penguin is pretty good. It is very similar to every mob show.
That's fine.
like it, though.
I'm all in. Yeah.
I like a good mob show.
Oh, it was a real nice mob show.
Yeah. Oz Cobb.
Now, this is what I didn't realize. The whole season was out there.
No,
Only
one episode.
one.
It's old school.
One episode at a time.
One episode at a time. I like that as well.
Now
I like
it could
the
go
wait.
south like every HBO show, new show, the Lord of the Rings show. First episode was
that's
great.
That's not it. Don't disparage HBO. That's Amazon. Amazon sucks cock.
Oh, okay. Well,
HBO, I think they have a pretty good track record.
Yeah, they do have a pretty good track record.
Yeah.
You're right.
Amazon fucking spent $400 billion.
It's like the defense budget. They spent like the federal defense budget on the fucking the rights to it and the production to it and the whole thing.
Right, and the first season sucked,
I didn't
and then
even
they put
understand what was happening the whole time.
No, we watched the first episode. The first
episode was good, and the second one was fine.
Yeah,
and the third one was pretty bad.
Hot garbage.
No, you know what I was thinking of? The new True Detective on HBO.
Oh,
Same thing. First episode pretty good, and then it became the worst, one of the worst shows ever made.
It did stink.
True Detective.
I stuck it out. Till the end.
That's
and
crazy.
The end is horrendous.
You can't have True Detective women. I'm sorry.
Well,
that's the pod's opinion, and we're locking it in.
Well, you're right.
What audience do we have left to lose?
If we locked it in, we locked it in. Then you can't have True Detective women. No, I was gonna say you can. Every season after the first one sucked.
Yeah, that's true.
Third one was okay, but
yeah.
So.
You know what I saw for the first time the other night? I went to the theater, the movie theater, the AMC
I love the movie theater.
And they had they do a thing now where they're just screening old movies randomly.
Yeah.
It wasn't even that old though. Whiplash.
You saw Whiplash.
Oh, never seen Whiplash.
Oh, Whiplash is good.
Filmically superb.
Filmically speaking, it's superb. Yes.
Filmically, it was one of the better, more filmic movies I've seen in some time.
Yeah.
What with the whip and the lashing and
Sure. You never seen it before.
I never saw it. No.
Wow.
That had J.K. Simmons.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah.
Yeah, J. Jonah Jameson.
J.K. Spider-Man. Get me a picture of Spider-Man.
Drums.
Damn it.
Give me drums. Give me a drum roll.
Yeah, that guy, he's the real slave driver, that guy.
Yeah, he is.
But, I mean, if you want perfection, that's what you
want perfection. Yeah. I guess you got to tell your girlfriend that you can't do it.
Yeah, that was my takeaway from it.
That's why we both left our girlfriends for the podcast.
Yeah, you want perfection.
To have the perfect podcast.
Right. And right now, I feel like we're rushing.
You think so?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'll slow down.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, now we're dragging.
Are we rushing or dragging? Not quite my tempo. Well, Trent, you want to tell the folks what this podcast is?
Well, I would love nothing more than to tell them what this podcast is. This is Echo Chamber with Joe and Trent, the only podcast where two comedians read the Wall Street Journal because one of us gets it for free from work.
And I've got two today. I've got a short one and a long one.
So I should go first.
You kick us off. What are we going to be hearing about today?
Joe, you're familiar with Formula One racing?
Yes.
In concept, in theory, you're familiar.
I'm not really familiar. Is that the one where it's like they drive through the city or something?
I think it's maybe sometimes, but it's also racetracks.
Yeah, because
it doesn't matter.
It's not NASCAR.
It's not NASCAR, and it's not IndyCar.
Right.
It's Formula One. So anyway, apparently it's very popular, but they want to take the F word out of it, and the F word isn't formula.
Oh. They're saying fag a lot?
No, they're saying fuck. They're saying fuck, apparently. Oh. And it's being brought since they listen to the radio.
Well, why don't they just leave it in? It sounds like people probably like it.
Well, they do.
Well, this is from the Wall Street Journal. Oh. This has been baffling the men of science.
Yes.
Huge planet as light as cotton candy has astronomers scratching their head.
I've heard about this.
There's a cotton candy planet out there, and we thought cotton candy only existed in machines, but there's a whole planet.
Only exists at the county fair.
It goes to show what little we know about the universe.
Wow. Well, Joe, speaking of something we don't really know much about, who's responsible for the rise in peanut allergies in America?
Oh, that's interesting.
Yes.
Do we have an answer?
We do. It's our fault. We fucked it all up.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of a guy who fucked it all up, the fake spy who dazzled D.C.
Oh.
We're going to do a bit of a deep dive, bit of a human interest piece on the fake spy who rose up in the ranks in Washington, and it all came crashing down.
Wow. And in our final story, Joe, you love Zen.
I love Zen.
You love Tucker Carlson.
I've always said that about myself.
You told me that. Well, he's starting a rival nicotine pouch to take on Zen.
Sign me up. Well, he tried to become like a sponsor of Zen.
Yeah, and they didn't take. That didn't take. And now he said, fuck you. I'm starting my own.
They laughed him out of the room.
Yeah, they laughed him out of the room. So, should I kick us off here?
Kick us off here, Trent.
Well, Joe, this is from the Wall Street Journal.
The Wall Street Journal.
Headline: The furious race to take the F word out of Formula One.
Okay.
It happens to every Formula One driver. You're crammed inside a tiny cockpit, sweating through your fireproof suit.
I know I got a tiny cock, I'll tell you that much.
With your foot to the floor at 200 miles per hour.
Trying to cram it into my girlfriend.
When suddenly something goes wrong with your $10 million machine.
Yeah.
Or you get passed. Or you crash.
That all's happened to me.
So you drop an F-bomb. Is that what you would do?
Pretty much.
Yeah, you're damn right.
Fuck.
The problem.
Fuck.
The problem is that moment of frustration isn't confined to the inside of your helmet. Anything drivers say is relayed back to their team over a radio.
All right. Well.
And in an age of wall-to-wall F1 race coverage, those radio communications are frequently broadcast straight to a television audience of tens of millions.
Well, it's the racing cars, you know? It's not ballet.
They could die. They could die immediately.
Yeah. I'm sorry. It's let them fly. That's what I say.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I say as well. But those advertising dollars, Joe.
It's
such outdated, because you can fucking every kid has seen.
They love the F word. They love for it.
Every kid that's 10 years old has seen a woman get gang banged and fucking.
Yeah,
it's like what do we? Right. What do we even care anymore?
Yeah, exactly. Fucking cream pie compilation.
Yeah, it's like insane that's at your fingertips, and they're worried about the.
But are the ad? I mean, like, are they losing viewers over this?
I don't think so, but we'll get into why this guy who's in charge will. Which is why it's broadcast to tens of millions, which is why Motorsports World governing body this week asked drivers to pump the brakes on running their mouths. And on Thursday in Singapore, the world's best drivers briefly complied, but only to reply politely that they intend to keep on cursing.
I think it's a high intensity thing.
I mean, exactly.
You're going to let one slip.
Yeah. Right. I mean, I don't see how you couldn't.
It's like trying to hold in a fart on a date. Can't be done.
Quote, what are we, 5 years old? Defending world champion Max Verstappen said.
I agree.
People say a lot of bad things where they're full of adrenaline in other sports. It just doesn't get picked up.
Why do they have to be mic'd, and why does it go out to the whole world? Can't they just change the flow of the microphone?
But people like that.
Well, can't somebody edit out the F words?
You would think so, but the technology just isn't there.
They bleep them out on the radio, TV.
Well, the debate kicked off when Mohammed bin Sulayem. It's always Mohammed bin.
Yeah, what's bin mean?
I don't know. He's the president of the Fédération Internationale de l'Automobile. Said in an interview that he had enough of drivers letting loose over the radio, even though it's usually bleeped out on television. He said, quote, this is crazy, quote, "We have to differentiate between our sport, motorsport, and rap music."
Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, boy.
We're not rappers, you know. They say the F word how many times per minute? We aren't that.
How many times per minute? Wow.
So, really, it just...
Yeah, this is like some 1995 thinking here.
He's just kind of a racist guy. It's like...
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Yeah.
But the second you take the F word out of this, they're going to pull Tucker Carlson, and somebody's going to come up with a new Formula One group where they let lean
fly,
in. They let them fly. They go, say as many as you want. The more the merrier.
Yeah, Formula fucking One.
Yeah.
Get in the game. Well, 7-time world champion Lewis Hamilton was one of the few drivers who could see his point about language, especially regarding younger fans of the sport. His issues concerned bin Sulayman's comparison to rappers, which Hamilton felt was racially tinged. For the rest of the field,
just idiotic.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. For the rest of the field, the idea of asking drivers to stop talking like sailors seemed about as absurd as asking them to race without wheels. The irony is that these candid moments are precisely what F1's modern success has been built on.
That's what I'm saying.
Right. Exactly. However, the conversation may continue, but drivers insist that this matter isn't up for debate. Cutting out cursing simply isn't an option, especially not since it might actually serve as a useful purpose in the heat of a race.
Yeah, can you imagine a guy about to fucking explode his car on the side of the wall going, fudge!
Oh, damn! Gosh darn it!
His car explodes?
Yeah.
Your last words are
die.
Your last words are
gosh darn it!
Dagnabbit! Oh, shoot! Shoot!
Yeah, so fucking it's bullshit.
Well, they're not the only ones saying fuck, shit, and piss because astronomers, Trent, they're scratching their heads. They're going, fuck.
Yeah.
We can't figure it out. Well, you've heard about the James Webb Telescope.
I'm familiar with the James Webb Telescope.
Not to be confused with the James Webb director who shot my special, James Webb, the Chicago
that's
Pro.
right. Yeah,
well,
I wondered why his name sounded familiar.
The James Webb Telescope has been doing all these things that make all these astronomers, it's like ripping up everything we thought we knew about the universe and throwing it out the window.
Yeah.
Which was kind of the purpose of it.
Sure.
But among all of the things that the James Webb has brought into question, this one giant planet and others like it has astronomers scratching their heads. This is from the Wall Street Journal.
Yeah.
A world located 1.2 thousand light years or so away from Earth is one
give or take
a couple light years is one of the least dense planets ever discovered. And its unusual properties have astronomers puzzled. It's 50% larger than Jupiter and is as fluffy as cotton candy. It's an oddball amongst oddballs, said Julian DeWitt, a Massachusetts Institute of Technology, MIT as some know it, planetary scientist and co-author of recent study discussing the findings. Gas giants is what they're known as.
Yes, I've heard of it.
Yeah. Used to call me a gas giant back in the day. Gas giant planets like this are primarily made of hydrogen and helium that have been superheated and expanded outward to swirl around a solid core held in that configuration by the world's strong gravity. They are less dense than rocky planets such as Earth. But this super puffy world, named WASP 193b, after the array of telescopes that helped spot it, is 20 times less dense than Jupiter, the biggest gas giant in our solar system.
Everybody sucks at naming things now.
Yeah,
WASP used to be fucking WASP. What the fuck is that? You had Jupiter.
Yeah,
Saturn.
Yeah. Beautiful, the moon,
Mercury.
Mystical names.
WASP.
What? WASP 193b. Yeah. Well,
step it up. These people suck.
That's my problem too. Yeah. Well, basically, for over 15 years now, the astronomy community has been puzzled by the category of gas giants that are bigger than what they should be given their mass. Explaining its perplexing lightness will require more data. That's all. They always need more data, these guys. It's never enough. Build another $8 trillion telescope to go get more data.
Yeah.
Yeah, forget fucking food stamps. Let's make another $1 telescope to tell me about fluffy planets trillion light years away. Will never fucking have any bearing on my life.
Yeah, shit. That doesn't.
So anyway,
that doesn't fucking matter.
They need more fucking data. Figure out why there's a goddamn cotton candy planet far away.
It's not a fucking planet. It's bullshit. A planet, it can't be as light as cotton candy. I'm sorry.
Whatever we think we know, we don't know. We don't know.
Right, exactly. And also, I mean, fucking Pluto has got to be pissed that they call this a planet. It's fucking light as cotton candy. Pluto's fucked.
Yeah, it weighs like fucking 6 pounds, and it's twice the size of Jupiter, and they're going, we don't get it.
Yeah.
Well,
speaking of fucking more morons that don't know shit about anything, who's responsible for America's peanut allergy epidemic?
It's my fault. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I fucked it all up.
Well, this is actually from the review section, which is only in there sometimes.
Oh.
And so it's kind of got a personal spin on it. So it starts off a little differently. Hi, my name is Chase, and
This is not. No, you tried to prepare me for that, but I still wasn't prepared for an article to start with. Hi, my name is Chase. Fucking moron wrote this. What is this? A 7th grade paper? I mean, you're writing something for the newspaper. Hi, my name is Chase. And let me guess, you're fucking allergic to peanuts.
No,
you're a fucking twat.
So, my name's Chase. Hold on. So that's actually.
Throw it out. Article's trash.
So actually, this is a scenario. It's not the author that's actually speaking right now.
He'll jump in a minute.
So okay. it does make it sound very funny. Hi, my name is Jason.
Today I'll be writing about.
Today my thesis is.
I would like to write about.
Yeah. Oh boy.
All right, take it away. Hi, my name's Chase.
My name is Chase, and I'll be your waiter. Does anyone at the table have a nut allergy? My two Johns.
I'm allergic to nut jobs like you.
My two Johns Hopkins students from Africa, I'm not even going to attempt to say their names, looked at each other perplexed. Quote, what is it with peanut allergies here? One asked me. Ever since I landed at JFK from Cameroon, I noticed a food apartheid. And they know about apartheid.
Yeah, they do.
Food packages either read contains tree nuts or contains no tree nuts. He told me that even on his connecting flight to Baltimore, the flight attendant had made an announcement. We have someone on the plane with a peanut allergy, so please try not to eat peanuts. Most
embarrassing announcement to come on the intercom.
Horrendous. I can't even imagine. Quote, what's going on here? One asked. We have no peanut allergies in Africa. I looked at them and smiled. In Egypt, where my family is from, we don't have peanut allergies either. I said, welcome to America.
Wow.
Deaths from peanut allergies are real, and living with the problem can be terrifying. Compounding the tragedy is knowing that America's epidemic of peanut allergies is a largely avoidable consequence of our policy of peanut abstinence.
What?
The peanut allergy panic began in the 1990s when the media started to cover stories of children who died of a peanut allergy, and doctors began writing more about the issue. In fact, peanut allergies at the time were rare and mostly mild. In 1999, researchers at Mount Sinai Hospital estimated the incidence of peanut allergies in children to be 0.6%, but starting in the year 2000, the prevalence began to surge. Doctors began to notice that more children affected had severe allergies. Now, do you remember this, Joe? Yeah.
We went to school with a girl that had peanut butter allergy.
Right.
Peanut allergy.
But I mean, it was brand new.
Oh, it was brand new.
You never
Swept
heard
the nation.
Yeah,
Swept the nation. Mike Rowland's got a peanut allergy. Friend of the show, welcome anytime.
Friend of the show, welcome anytime.
He's got a severe peanut allergy.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I remember everybody made a huge deal. No peanuts, no peanuts. What had changed wasn't peanuts, but the advice doctors gave to parents about them. The American Academy of Pediatrics wanted to respond to public concerns by telling parents what they should do to protect their kids from peanut allergies. there was just one problem. Doctors didn't actually know what precautions, if any, parents should take. But that didn't stop them from weighing in. Rather than admit that, in the year 2000, the AAP issued a recommendation for children 0 to 3 years old and pregnant and lactating mothers to avoid all peanuts.
To just avoid them completely.
Avoid them completely.
Oh, so pregnant moms didn't eat peanuts.
Yes.
And therefore,
yes,
the children
didn't
become
get the
allergic?
fucking the beautiful mother's milk. So, and they also didn't, from 0 to 3, they weren't feeding kids peanuts. So
that's what creates the allergy?
Yes.
Oh, what the very thing they thought was stopping the allergy,
yes,
or was creating it. Perhaps.
Right. Perhaps.
Huh. A self-fulfilling prophecy.
It's almost like doctors don't know anything at all.
They fucked it all up.
They fucked it up. Yeah, they're like,
well, do you think this is part
don't
of
feed them. Wear mask up, flatten the curve.
Now,
listen to us.
What about this? This might sound a little conspiratorial.
Ooh.
But you know how we have such a broken healthcare system and all the money and schemes. What if this was just they had this new medicine?
Yes, EpiPen. They're saying it's going to be an EpiPen.
And they go, well, if we tell people not to eat peanuts, it'll develop a lot of kids with peanut allergies. We sell 1 million EpiPens.
Well, we might get into that.
Oh,
So
who fucking nailed it,
wow.
dude? Did I nail it? Bones? Did I really?
That's they don't outright say it.
Wow.
But they can maybe...
dirty business.
The AAP committee was following in the footsteps of the UK's health department, which 2 years earlier had recommended total peanut abstinence.
TPA.
That recommendation was technically only for children at high risk of developing an allergy, but the AAP authors acknowledged that the ability to determine which infants are high risk is imperfect. Using the strictest interpretation, a child could qualify as high risk if any family member had any allergy or asthma. Many well-meaning pediatricians and parents read the recommendation and thought, why take chances? A generation of pediatricians adopted a simple mnemonic to teach all parents in their offices. Quote, remember, 1, 2, 3. Age 1, start milk. Age 2, start eggs. Age 3, start peanut products.
But so before they were starting them sooner?
Before this, I don't think there was a rule. You could feed your child right out of the womb. You could fucking
whatever you want.
Yeah, pop a peanut in there.
Yeah.
So this is also why I feel like everyone has a fucking lactose intolerance now. We turned our back on milk sometime in the mid 2000s.
Cow milk, you mean?
Yes, cow milk. Yes.
Cow milk, yeah.
And now it's all almond milk. It's all milk for chicks.
Well, it is milk. So what's interesting is it actually is milk for chicks, because I was talking to Terrence Hartnett, friend of the show, welcome anytime.
Yeah.
And I was talking about milk, and I was like, yeah, well, it's bad for you. And he says, no, it's not. It's actually really good for you.
Right.
I'm like, I
milk
thought
does a body good.
Milk. And he's like, oat milk, it's all soy products, and that just makes you fucking your cock small and your fucking
right.
all that stuff.
Tits,
you grow tits. But if you have the real milk, all it does is make you fucking kick ass and take names. And yeah, you can sign my name on that one. That's what I know. That's what I believe. Because I talked to a comedian about it.
Terrence Hartnett.
And he had cancer, so he's basically a doctor.
He knows this stuff.
Yeah, and he runs.
Yeah. Oh wow, he runs too.
Yeah,
he fucking get a fucking big jug of milk. He pours it down.
Fucking downs it.
Well, that used to be the fucking thing. He had fucking pictures of Stone Cold Steve Austin up in the library with a big milk mustache.
Oh my god, I had a got milk poster above my bed at night.
Yeah.
The best marketing campaign I'd ever seen in my life. I just had everywhere in the house pictures of milk.
Right.
Statues of milk.
Statues of milk.
Everything was milk.
Yeah. But now if you tell somebody you drink regular milk, they look at you. They treat you like a leper.
Yeah, they throw their fucking almond milk in your face.
Yeah, pig.
Yeah. I used to just pound it for dinner.
Me too.
I would chug it like it was
milk. Yeah, every meal, every dinner, didn't matter what the entree was.
Yeah.
You had milk and a fucking
steak and milk.
Milk and a slice
Seafood.
of buttered white bread.
Yeah. Yeah, those were the staples.
Right.
Buttered white bread, milk,
Yeah.
and a shrimp dinner.
Nah. And a shrimp dinner.
Milk and shrimp.
Right.
Delicious.
Now look at us. Despite these efforts, the problem got worse. And by 2004, it was clear that the rate of peanut allergies was soaring.
No, skyrocketing.
Emergency department visits for peanut anaphylaxis, a life-threatening allergic swelling of the airways, skyrocketed. In 2016, the Parkway School District in St. Louis County, Missouri, reported 957 students with documented life-threatening food allergies, most of which were to peanuts. The rate had increased 50% from just 6 years prior, and more than 1,000% from a previous generation.
Dear God.
In response, many schools enacted peanut bans.
Total peanut
peanut ban.
The peanut curfew is 6 p.m. tonight.
Yeah. God forbid somebody invents a peanut bullet.
Oh.
The kids are really fucked.
Yeah.
As things got worse, many public health leaders...
The school shooter spraying peanuts. Everyone dies.
As things got worse, many public health leaders doubled down. It's good to double down when things get worse and you're doing the same thing.
Less peanuts. Age 6.
If only every parent would comply with the Pediatrics Association's guideline, they thought, we as a country could finally win the war against peanut allergies. We got to flatten the curve. Dr. Gideon Lack, pediatric allergist and immunologist in London, had a different view. In 2000, he was giving a lecture in Israel on allergies and asked the roughly 200 pediatricians in the audience, quote, how many of you are seeing kids with a peanut allergy? Only 2 or 3 raised their hands. Back in London, nearly every pediatrician had raised their hand to the same question.
Wow.
Startled by the discrepancy, he had a eureka moment.
Eureka, he said.
Many Israeli infants are fed a peanut-based food called bamba.
Oh, yes, I've seen Bamba.
Yeah.
I've seen Bamba. It's other places, too.
Well, if you ever have a kid, fucking give him this.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah. To
I'll eat some
Lack,
myself.
this was no coincidence, and he quickly assembled researchers in Tel Aviv and Jerusalem to launch a formal study. It found that Jewish children in Israel had 1/10 the rate of peanut allergies compared to Jewish children in the UK, suggesting that genetic predisposition was not responsible, as the medical establishment had assumed.
They thought it was a Jew thing.
They thought it was a Jew thing. And to be fair, it does sound like a Jew thing. Lack and his Israeli...
Some kind of Jew thing?
Lack and his Israeli colleagues titled their paper Early Consumption of Peanuts in Infancy is Associated with a Low Prevalence of Peanut Allergy. That rolls right off the tongue. However, the 2008 publication was not enough to uproot groupthink.
Groupthink.
One of the worst types of think you could have.
The mob mentality.
Mob rule.
Groupthink.
Yes. Avoiding peanuts had been the correct answer on medical school tests and board exams, which were written and administered by the American Board of Pediatrics.
God, they made him write it down on a paper. Correct.
For nearly a decade after AAP's peanut avoidance recommendation, neither the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases nor other institutions would fund a robust study to evaluate whether the policy was helping or hurting children. Meanwhile, the more that health officials implored parents to follow the recommendation, the worse peanut allergies got.
My God.
From 2005 to 2014, the number of children going to the emergency department because of peanut allergies tripled in the U.S. By 2019, a report estimated that 1 in every 18 American children had a peanut allergy.
God
Schools
damn.
continue to ban peanuts, and regulators met to purge peanuts from childhood snacks as EpiPen sales soared.
Wow.
Pharmaceutical companies profited by raising prices. Mylan's Pharmaceuticals EpiPen now costs $600 in the U.S. compared to $30 in some other countries.
Oh, my God.
In a second clinical trial published in the New England Journal of Medicine in 2015, Lack compared one group of infants who were exposed to peanut butter at 4 to 11 months of age to another group that had no peanut exposure. He found that early exposure resulted in an 86% reduction in peanut allergies by the time the child reached age 5, compared with children who followed the AAP recommendation.
All right, so we have our answer. So give your kids peanuts.
Feed your kid peanuts.
Right away, straight away.
Take them to Texas Roadhouse.
Day 2, give them peanuts.
Yeah.
I think this is all just an effort to besmirch George Washington Carver's name.
I think so.
The work
This
that he
country
did.
loves to see kick a black man while he's down.
Yeah, and Boise down.
He's down.
He's
6 feet
6
under.
feet under.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, speaking of fucking idiots that don't know anything and are fucking everything up, this is from the Wall Street Journal.
Yeah.
The fake spy who dazzled D.C.
Wow, that sounds like something straight out of Hollywood.
Yeah, well, more like Wall Street.
Whoa.
Wall Street Journal.
Yeah. Oh, there you go.
I'm going to fuck up his name, but I'll try. Gurav Srivastava.
Yeah.
Srivastava dreamed of being a player in the murky world of clandestine operations. His goal was to build a private military and intelligence operation funded by natural resources, he told business partners. It would be akin to the notorious Wagner Group, only with the blessing of the U.S. instead of Russia, leaving associates with the impression that he had high-level contacts in the intelligence community. He said he wanted to do business in difficult places and muscle bad guys out of strategic markets. He joined forces with an oil trader, a former senior CIA agent, and veterans of the U.S. and Australian Special Forces. General Wesley Clark, a former NATO commander, served as a paid advisor. Srivastava,
I think that's right. I think you got it.
donated more than $1 million to Democratic causes, scored a photo op with President Biden, and met lawmakers from both parties.
Yes.
The star-studded event he hosted with the prestigious Atlantic Council think tank featured the singer John Legend. Who was this person? A green card holding Indian businessman in his early 30s and college dropout, splashing money around Washington and rubbing shoulders with the president. His associates say he isn't who he purported to be.
Oh, no.
A wealthy trader who teamed up with Srivastava to deal in Russian oil accuses him of extortion and pretending to be a CIA agent to steal his money. People familiar with the agency's operations, including former intelligence officers, say they weren't aware of Srivastava had ever worked for the CIA. He siphoned tens of millions of dollars out of the trader's firm, which he plowed into his donation spree in a Los Angeles mansion, according to messages, emails, and financial records.
Wow.
On the face of it, Srivastava's pitch wasn't entirely far-fetched. Profiting from the overlap between commodities, intelligence, and security is an old line of business, especially in developing economies and war zones. Srivastava told associates he would compete with Eric Prince, the former head of the defense contractor Blackwater, who later went into oil, minerals, and logistics. So there's all these guys, all this overlap in between, like, raw materials and fucking intelligence work. Well, Srivastava met General Clark in early 2022. Clark, who ran NATO's Balkan intervention in the early 90s, started an eponymous consulting firm in Little Rock, Arkansas after retiring and toyed with a presidential bid. At first, Srivastava spoke about doing business in Africa, and over time he expressed an interest in oil, food security, and sanctions, Clark said in an interview. Clark said he did a lot of due diligence before agreeing to work with Srivastava as an advisor.
It sounds like it.
It sounds like it, on international affairs. He said Srivastava, quote, hinted at some kind of relationship with U.S. government that couldn't be disclosed. So he goes, I'm way up there. I can't even tell you what the job is.
That's how high up I am.
Yeah. So you in or you out?
Yeah, you make a call.
Yeah.
Do you think it's easier than we think it is to just fool somebody?
Absolutely.
It sounds like it.
I think it's really easy.
Yeah, I think it is too, and it's giving me some ideas.
I think but part of it is I think you have to be like kind of a narcissistic, like all confidence.
Right. I don't think I can pull it off. I don't have the people skills.
You have to know how to sound like those people and pretend to be them. But then I think if you can do those three things, I think it's pretty easy to like get real deals going by being like, I can't even tell you what my job is. Right. That's how high it is. Do you want in or do you want out? And make all these false promises, and then have a couple of things that kind of, because you'll see he uses Clark and his relationship with him to dupe another guy. Yeah. So he's doing this like he's a con man. He's a con man. Confidence man.
Yeah.
So Clark, bought in on him, and he said that Srivastava said that he owned some mines in Africa, and then they looked into going over there.
Right.
The gold never got exported, and Clark said, he was under the impression that Srivastava represented the CIA and was eager to develop relations with the U.S. With the U.S. Clark paid Srivastava $3 million, according to the officials.
Yeah.
So he paid him $3 million. By the time Russia invaded Ukraine in February of 2022, there's a different guy, Niels Troost, had traded Russian oil for almost 3 decades from Geneva, amassing a fortune. He was a rich Russian oil trader, baron, as they're called.
Yes.
Well, he's Dutch, actually, but he was trading Russian oil. The Dutch trader's business soon ran into trouble. As European banks cut off Russian-focused companies, a business associate threatened to destroy him, suggesting he would spread allegations about connections in Russia, according to the trader memos were wrote at the time in messages. True said in an interview he confided in Ugandan oil executive Habib Kamegu, who introduced him to someone he could. Sorry, I'm fucking this up. To someone he said could help. He goes by G, short for ghost. Truce recalled him saying, G had told Kamegu he joined the CIA at age 16 after seeing a roadside recruitment ad.
What is going on?
According to the source. G was Srivastava.
Roadside. I've never seen an ad for the CIA in my life.
yeah, on the side of the highway. Yeah. Be a secret agent.
Yeah.
We're hiring. Yeah, so G...
fucking sign for the adult bookstore. Join the CIA.
yeah. Fireworks next up. Join the CIA. Well, G is no surprise to Srivastava. He claimed
Ghost.
He claimed that
if I hear somebody's name is Ghost and they're trying to get, hey, you would pay me $3 million, but I go by Ghost. I go, I'm out.
You need to go see Ghost.
I think I'm done. I'm out.
He's the only one who can help you. Well, he said he had an opportunity for Troost. Srivastava would get him permission from the U.S. to trade Russian oil as part of a CIA-approved program. It would help Washington keep track of Moscow's important oil industry. Srivastava would use Trust's firm to sell commodities he received for security work he claimed to do in Africa, Trust says. Trust had to undergo, this is crazy, Trust had to undergo interrogation. He says Srivastava told him at a Geneva airport, he met French financier Nicolas Brevard. According to messages between them and people familiar with the matter, Srivastava described Brevard, who once traded bombs at Morgan Stanley and Goldman Sachs Group, bonds rather, as a friend of
big difference.
That's a big difference.
Bomb. What is Goldman Sachs?
As a friend in the FBI. After a grilling by Brevard, the trader zipped to Bali, according to Troost, and photos and videos of the trip. He says Srivastava peppered him for 2 days, sometimes in the jungle, to avoid surveillance.
Jesus.
Monkeys scampered over their luxurious villa. So him and some other guy interrogated the oil guy.
Wow.
And they go, we're the CIA, you got to tell us everything. What's the ins and outs of everything?
Christ.
And again, he's not in the CIA.
Yeah.
Srivastava's lawyers decided that Troost sought Mr. Srivastava out by interrupting his... He interrupted his family vacation in Bali to go interrogate him in the jungle. Srivastava confided he was with the CIA, True says. He said he wanted to recreate the 17th century Dutch East India Trading Company, telling the Dutchman its trading outposts had been intelligence bases, according to Troost. Good news, Troost said, Srivastava announced. CIA Director William Burns cleared the program. Srivastava said he had to buy half of Troost's company, Paramount Energy and Commodities. According to a lawsuit Paramount filed in California, the law firm, which used to represent both Paramount and Srivastava, didn't respond to requests for comment. Srivastava later forwarded a message that appeared to come from someone in government complaining Truce was taking too long to sell. So basically, he said, the U.S. is going to back you. They're going to get you out of this pinch.
Right.
I just got the approval from the CIA director. All you have to do is sell me half of your company, your oil company. Yeah. And then he was like,
that all checks out.
Well, think about it. And then he had these fake messages from someone high up in the government going, hurry it up.
Yeah.
And he goes, we got to hurry it up.
Yeah.
And so Clark said he was passing on proposals from other contractors. So Srivastava extracted fresh cash from Truce's company via a conglomerate called Arazi Group, controlled by the brother of Indonesia's defense minister.
Jesus Christ.
In reality, Srivastava wanted to use some of the money to pay for a villa in a swanky Pacific Palisades, according to emails, messages, and letters. Srivastava and his wife beat several celebrities to buy the villa for $24.5 million. So basically, he convinced this guy to like sell him half of his company.
Right.
He got this like firm to invest or to like, fund the sale of it.
Right.
And then he just pulled money out of the company to buy himself a mansion in LA.
Wow.
And all the while, the guy who sold him the company is wondering, when are we going to get like an official U.S. stamp and when are we going to start doing business or whatever. So Srivastava moves to L.A., sets up shop there, and he decorates it with American flags, 9/11 memorabilia, and eagle seals, giving the appearance of a government building, according to people.
Oh.
And so by spring, Truce said he was anxious. There was no paperwork showing Paramount had any governmental backing.
Wow.
The money from Paramount was almost out. In April, Clark had a final payment of $128,000, about half of what he was owed, according to the company spreadsheet. And a letter the general's lawyers wrote to Srivastava. Clark said he stopped working with him in early 2023. The Atlantic Council pushed out of talks to establish National Security Institute named after Srivastava and returned $500,000 to said people familiar with the matter. It couldn't tell if he was telling the truth about himself, they said. Most problematic, Truce had grown wary of G's story and refused to send him more money. Srivastava tried to convince Truce he was a non-official cover operative, or NOC, one of 30 such top-secret agents working for the U.S. So apparently there's 30 guys who are non-official operatives. Knox. He goes, no, I'm a knock.
Yeah.
Keep sending me the money.
Wow.
Warren Buffett was once a knock and now ran the CIA's pension plans, Srivastava claimed, explaining that all knocks knew each other. Quote, I've never heard of Mr. Srivastava and I have no connection with the CIA, Warren Buffett told the Journal.
Yeah, that's wild.
So, sorry I fumbled over a few words there, but it's kind of a mouthful.
That's okay. It was a lot to take in.
Lots of different mumbo-jumbo.
Yeah, a lot, sort of an international affair.
Yeah, it really is.
I wish I had the fucking confidence to pull a big scheme off that.
To just like extort a company for millions of dollars. And then he gave like tons of that money to like the DNC. Isn't there better shit to do with your money?
Right, that's a waste.
Than just go rub shoulders with Biden?
Yeah, I guess I'll throw it down in the fucking toilet. Well, you just popped his in, Joe.
That's right. I did it for the article.
Oh, that's great. This is from the Wall Street Journal. And our final story. Headline. Carlson takes on Zyn.
Carlson.
Plans nicotine pouch rival. Well, Tucker Carlson last year made an off-color remark about his favorite nicotine pouch brand, Zyn. One of the many things you share in common with old Tucker. The response of Zyn's manufacturer irked the conservative media star so much, he said he decided to go into the tobacco business. Carlson, in November, plans to introduce a competing nicotine pouch brand.
So did they actually snub him? Did they say, like, not interested, or did they just not comment?
They said not interested. Well, he also made some wild claims that they're like, we don't know this. They like gives him a boner and stuff and all this stuff. So Tucker Carlson in November plans to introduce a competing nicotine pouch brand called Alp.
Alp.
Alp. A-L-P.
That's
Alp.
Who wants to pop an Alp? Zen's cool. It sounds
Zen
like
does sound really.
It sounds like a hoverboard or something.
Oh, yeah.
It sounds like the future.
Right.
The fuck is Alp?
Alp.
Alp sounds like my weird uncle, dude. I don't want Alp.
Yeah.
Uncle
Right.
Alp.
Uncle Alp. In an interview, Carlson said he had concluded that Zen was a brand for women and liberals.
Shit! I had to get this thing out of my mouth as fast as I can.
Sounds like you need Alp.
Women and liberals.
Yeah, it's for women and liberals.
Literally no women use Zen.
No
women.
I've never seen
No
one
woman on earth
No.
takes Zen.
No, and if she does, she's a nasty bitch.
I don't want to meet her.
Yeah, right. Good God. She's
Even the ones that, but I know more
Right.
women that smoke and vape than do Zen. No woman
Right.
does Zen.
No, my God. If she does, yeah, she's.
But it's for chicks.
It's for chicks. It's for chicks and liberals, which kind of an oxymoron. They're one and the same as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
No, a woman who does Zen. Well, first she wouldn't classify as a woman, but she'd be hanging out fucking outside of the local speedway or something.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
she'd probably be dropping F-bombs
Yeah.
at the fucking
Yeah.
the raceway.
He pointed to donations made to the Democratic presidential candidate Kamala Harris.
Kamala.
By employees of Zen's owner Philip Morris International, as evidence that the company is out of touch with Zen's conservative users. Until recently, Zen had been a cause of celebration for the right and a flashpoint in the culture war fight over whether nicotine pouches are a boon for public health or a threat to children. The about-face by Zen's biggest booster once again thrust the market-leading nicotine pouch into the culture wars, but this time on the other side. Quote, "It's frustrating that Mr. Carlson wants to turn Zen into a political football to promote his own business venture," a Philip Morris spokesman said. He added the brand's users include Democrats and Republicans, and it has bipartisan support in Washington.
Bipartisan support.
Zen, Democrats and Republicans, they both love Zen.
I crossed the aisle for Zen.
Do you know how shitty of a person you have to be to make Philip Morris look like the good guy in this?
Yeah, that's crazy.
A subsidiary of tobacco company Turning Point Brands filed a trademark application last month for the Alp brand name and its logo.
Where did he come up with Alp?
I don't know. He goes, it has to be three letters.
Yeah.
Like Zen. He's
Z-Y.
going through the dictionary, all the A's. Alp. That's
Alp. They're with Z. Go
Yeah.
with A.
You're right. So they filed a trademark for the Alp brand name and its logo, which is a winking man in a cowboy hat.
Oh, that's gay.
It's gay. It's also a ripoff of the Marlboro Man.
Yeah, but a winking guy in cowboy hat?
Yeah.
Cowboys don't take Zen. All right?
No.
It's for cosmopolitan queefs like myself.
Yeah. We do it for the writing benefits. The company currently sells a moist nicotine pouch called Frey.
Moist?
Yeah.
Ugh.
Frey. F-R-E. Period. Whatever that means. Turning Point Brands didn't respond to a request for comment. Carlson, until recently, styled himself as an unofficial spokesman for Zen. He talked.
What happened? I thought it was for chicks and,
Well, he only realized that recently when they
Right.
refused to sponsor him.
That's weird that it's
Yeah.
the same time.
Yeah. He talked up the brand in an interview last October when he was a guest on the podcast of comedian Theo Von. Quote, "The truth is Zen is a powerful word enhancer and also a male enhancer," Carlson said, covering the microphone with his hand, "if you know what I mean." Ugh. Soon after, Carlson's representatives pitched Philip Morris on forming a brand partnership with Zen. In a response declining the overture, Philip Morris broached the subject of Carlson's commentary. Quote, "While we understand that these may be Carlson's views or made in jest, these statements lack scientific foundation," the tobacco company wrote. Given Mr. Carlson's popularity and reach, these statements could promote a misunderstanding and misuse of our products. Carlson said
you wouldn't want to use nicotine for the wrong reason.
No, absolutely not. Not to get a fucking rock hard
There's also
cock.
no real benefits to it at all.
So that message enraged Carlson.
He went into a fucking rage,
He
a
went
fit.
into a fucking rampage. Quote, "Of course I wasn't making a medical claim about their product. I was just joking," he said Wednesday. "So I thought, I'm going to launch my own product that's not controlled by, humorless left-wing drones."
They're just like, we're just trying to run a nicotine company.
Right. They have nothing in common with their consumers.
Innocent nicotine company.
Right, just a harmless, innocent nicotine.
Harmless, innocent nicotine
That's
company.
really cool.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
And it comes in great flavors.
Yeah, like spearmint.
Contains nicotine.
Quote, "They have nothing in common with their consumers," he said. "I just thought, okay, there should be a product that reflects the style, the aesthetic, the culture, the beliefs of the people who use it."
Oh my God.
Philip Morris says
Fucking
it doesn't donate
biggest
to
loser.
presidential candidates. The political action committee of the company's Swedish Match North America unit has donated far more money to Republicans than Democrats, according to Open Secrets. Carlson said the brand's target audience will be current nicotine pouch users who are 21 years old and above.
Oh.
Ah, so that's pretty cool.
Well, that's pretty cool. Hear him say, "Yeah, I'm going to go for the young crowd. I'm going to go for, yeah,
Yeah,
the
young
teenage
crowd.
Republicans. That's who I'm going for."
The teenage Republicans who love just fucking joking around.
Well, I wish Tucker the best.
Yeah, we love Tucker.
Just to
Friend
start
of the show, welcome anytime.
I don't really know about his political beliefs one way or the other. I'm not really informed about them, but
Yeah.
I know from a business owner standpoint, anyone trying to break into a competitive field, I wish them all the best.
We wish him the best.
Yeah.
Yeah. We
So.
wish everybody the best.
Yeah, I think we heard from a lot of great people today.
I think so. Yeah, we did. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
So if we've learned anything from the pod this week, it's give your kids peanuts as soon as they're out of the womb and fucking pop a little Zen in their mouth as well.
give them a little
Or
Zen.
an Alp. I'm sorry, an Alp.
Give them an Alp. And honestly, introducing nicotine when they're like babies
Yeah.
is better. That way they don't develop an allergy to it.
Exactly.
So you want to give it to them maybe in like a daily
Or
regular
Or
dose.
if you're a pregnant mother,
Pregnant
eat
mother.
peanuts and fucking pop an Alp.
Eat, pop an Alp. So that's what I've learned.
That's what we've learned today. I think that about wraps it up for this episode.
That wraps it up.
Echo Chamber with Joe and Trent. As always, don't forget to
Subscribe,
rate,
tell
review,
your friends,
leave
comment,
a comment, all that shit.
stuff. Chris from Fremantle, come back.
Come back. We miss you.
We
Chris
miss you.
from Fremantle.
We don't know what happened. Give us another chance.
sorry.
We're sorry. So yeah, that's our pod. As always, this is Joe signing out.
And this is Trent signing off.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. I'll let you go first that time.